All right, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we're going to be doing, hopefully, what I've the kind of flow that I've been hoping for, where I do first a bit of VRChat world exploration, then move on to some other activity, which is kind of the main activity of the stream, and then in the end do some sculpting. So we're going to start off by doing some world exploration in VRChat. So let's begin. What I want to do is, rather than going for new world, actually, okay, so I kind of want to check out new worlds. I also want to check out random. I don't want to go for trending or spotlight worlds because, like, those worlds are anyways going to be seen by everyone. The whole idea here is to explore random worlds that maybe haven't been seen before. It wasn't there like a gems category as well? I don't remember. Uh oh, maybe that's the random one. I don't. Oh, maybe it's VRChat's variety box. I'm not sure. Well, okay, so this is only showing me what, 12 worlds, I think. Oh, okay, cool. I was about to say that maybe these are just the popular worlds, but like one of them seems to be in community labs, so that's good. Um, then there's one of the classic worlds. There's a game world. Okay, okay. So let's go for random. Okay. The idea is I want to explore anywhere between 3 and 5 worlds. Um, 3 and 5, like depending on how big or small the visit to the world is. Okay, so I'm seeing some that are catching my attention here. We have, I think I recognize this asset, but yeah, we're gonna check this out as well. I recognize this asset. This is a very nicely done. If I'm right about which asset this is, I could be wrong, but the asset that I'm talking about is an asset that I believe is it's either for sale or it's distributed freely. I don't remember. I've seen it in 2 or 3 worlds, and that asset is just really well done. It's like this nice. Uh, it's a house that is sort of like on a mountain, and it's completely if I remember right, it's all glass on the outside, and on the inside you have like nice furniture, and it's very nicely done. Okay, so I hope this list doesn't change. Well, I mean, right now in our next few visits, because otherwise I'm gonna have to like bookmark worlds so that I can visit them. Okay, so this world is called the Waterfall of Truth, and this sort of caught my attention, so I wanted to check it out. So this world was published last year around this time, last year in April. So let's go check it out. Another one that caught my attention was this one, which is the one I'm talking about with the maybe the asset. It does say Polar Villa, so I'm assuming this is a house on some kind of mountain. And then we have this one, Memories. Oh, this is a world by Vaughan. Yeah, cool. We'll check these out. So just in case it gets removed, just in case the list does shuffle, um, let's add these to the check later list. Um, what's the date today, or what's the day today? So right now for me it's Sunday, which means on the EST side it's probably still gonna be Saturday. So today I'm doing this, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing the community meetup event. So I've been busy with a bunch of things. I've been doing so much research. There's stuff that I'm doing in the background that, well, not all of it I can talk about until it's released. And a lot of it is research for, like, my own stuff that I'm doing here. Um, but yeah, I've been busy with that. I was trying to stream for, I think, the past week. I think the last stream I did was a week ago, 6 days ago. Um, Throughout the week, I did try to stream, but like it just never seemed to work out. Okay, anyways, um, so we are gonna go to the waterfall of truth. Let's create our own instance and jump in there. Man, it's crazy seeing all the stuff that VRChat is working on. Oh, another thing I've been busy with, speaking of VRChat. VRChat recently introduced data containers, which is super exciting. That's another thing I want to try out. I I don't know if today's coding segment is going to be doing data container stuff in VRChat or doing task-based asynchronous programming in C# because like both of them are equally important. I need to figure out the async networking stuff so that I can create my controller app and I can work on stuff for my uh, for my VTubing app. This is nice. I like the aesthetic that's created here. I don't know what the situation is with dude. Uploading the previous, the previous stream uh, to YouTube. Like I have a VODs channel now. So dude, uploading that to YouTube, it was a headache because I had to get, hold on, uh, just to be on the safe side. Okay, I've got, nope, stop. Okay, so uploading it to YouTube it was a nightmare. Well, not the upload itself, but like because I was playing copyrighted music, which that was my fault. I kind of wanted to do it during that stream, but when I uploaded it to YouTube, the content ID system, it catches copyrighted content, which is great, and then it gives you options as well for like what you want to do for that segment. You can either cut out the segment from the VOD completely, or you can um, add some copyright free music that YouTube provides you, or you can get their system to try and mute that segment for you, which like sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. It can sometimes degrade the quality of the audio as well because of how it goes about doing the muting thing. But like each time you do it, it has to like reprocess the video. And if you're talking about like a few minutes long video, it's a different situation. But if you're talking about like a 4 hour long video, which it's a fucking live stream archive, so like it's gonna be a couple hours long, right? So if you're talking about like a if you're talking about like a live stream archive that's a couple hours long, the processing each time it takes a bit. And so trying to remove all those segments, it was a nightmare. On the bright side, there are a lot of amazing artists who have made their music available for free. So what I'm doing is the artists whose music I'm using, um, especially if it's like if I'm playing like entire albums from single artists, then what I'm doing is in the description of the video when I'm uploading it to YouTube, I add their music by so and so. Even though it's copyright free music and many of them don't actually require you to uh, give them credit, I still kind of want to give them credit. In a way, it's the least that I can do, especially since, I'm using their music for free. But yeah. Uh, Okay, so this world that we are currently in, this world is called the Waterfall of Truth, and then whatever this is supposed to be, Ensigns 3. And this is a world by this person. Okay, yo. Wait a minute. What is Ensigns? Because, like, okay, I'm looking at this kind of stuff. Um, this kind of stuff is usually meant to be like background assets that are supposed to create an illusion of something that's there off in the distance. And then you see these like flat trees as well that don't have another side to them. I'm wondering if this is taken from somewhere. Let me just Google Ensigns and see. What is Ensigns 3? No, not Ensigns. Ensign 3. I don't know if this is, if I'm butchering the pronunciation. I don't know if the 3 is meant to be E in some way or what. Uh, um, okay, this is showing me some kind of gene. All right, let's look at game. Ultimate Ninja Storm. Oh, it's a Naruto game. Okay. So this, if I'm not wrong, this might be a recreation of some area in the game. And I'm guessing you see off in the background you can see what looks like trees. Like if I look at it from here, this is a good example of how games use these kinds of things to create an illusion for you. A lot of the stuff, it's like flat images, and that also kind of explains why there's no backside to the tree. At least in most of the kit. Yeah, there you go. So you have that issue here as well. It's not really an issue. I think that the thing is that you're not supposed to be able to get to these places. So if it's part of a game, for example, they don't let you get there. The level designers will usually add colliders, which will stop you from getting too far and ruining your immersion. But yeah, okay, so that's it for this world. Let's go check out the next world. Actually, can I add this to the left? In wings, we have worlds, and then no, this shows recent. What is this? Oh, okay. So these are the settings, and there's check later. That would be useful for me. Can I sort this? Yes, I can sort it by date added. So I get the latest one. This is super useful. So now what I can do is I can open up this menu and just look at this wing, and you know, it would be super useful if I had a way to scale up this quick menu. Which, to be fair, if the moment it becomes like a bigger menu, I feel like at that point it just becomes this. But to be honest, that's not a bad thing. Like, I kind of need it to be that big, because it tends to be a little small for me to read. Okay, anyways. So we have Memories, which is a world by Vaughan. We're gonna go check that out. Let's remove it from the favorites, or remove it from the checklist, or check later list. And now let's create an invite and jump in there. So this is gonna be our second world. I don't wanna do too many worlds at once. Oh wait, how many times has this song repeated? It's a nice song though. I'm probably gonna be I'm gonna be playing music from this artist throughout today's stream. This person's name is Rarin or Rarin. I still don't know how that name is meant to be pronounced. And they have some good songs, dude. Also, I found out that their music is copyright free, so like, shout out to them. And since I am playing their music, I'm gonna be adding their name in the description in the VOD. Also, kind of nice that I now have that VOD channel set up. Even though like there isn't really anyone watching the VODs, but I kind of want to have an archive, and over time it's going to build up with more and more streams. This is a nice song. This song, it has like a mixture of like rap and what is Latin music called? Like I forgot. There was a name for this kind of music. All right. Anyways, let's jump in. So this is a world by Vaughan from 2019. Oh, wait. Did that say 2019? Yo, this world is old. Wait, 2019. Was that pre-Udon? I think it might have been pre-Udon. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if the world is having shader issues. Yeah. I'm wondering if the world is having shader issues. Because the world is, it's old, so I don't know if like things might have changed. So the world is from 2019 and it hasn't been updated since 2019. So I don't know if like some things might be broken in the world aesthetics wise. Yeah, maybe I should pick another world to explore. Because I don't know how good of a representation it's gonna be of the world if there's, you know, any sort of artifacting going on in the graphics. I'm also not entirely sure if the water is supposed to look like that, or like if maybe that water asset just does look like that. But like I'm not entirely sure. Okay, maybe we should pick another world. If anyone wants to visit this world though, this world is called Memories and it's made by Vaughan. By the way, shout out to Vaughan. They made a bunch of very helpful tutorials, VRChat development related tutorials. I know they've done a bunch of like world building related tutorials. So I can definitely tell you, like if you're looking to learn world building, go check out their channel. I guess just look up Vaughan on YouTube. I don't know the exact channel name. And I also don't know if they've done any avatar tutorials, so like I can't say anything about that, but if they have, then yeah, that's great as well. Wait, they have their own group, official VRChat. Oh, I thought that said VRChat enthusiasts, VRChat world enthusiasts. Oh wow, this is a big group. 1,300 people in the group. Okay, okay. Let's go check out the next world, which is Nathan's Polar Villa. Oh, 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 you know what? This is Chills. This is Chills' song. I was about to switch the music. I don't know if Chills allows people to listen to his music. Oh man. Okay, I guess we'll find out when the VOD gets uploaded to YouTube. Actually, if I'm only giving credit to one person, then I don't think it's fair for another person's music to be playing. So I'm gonna switch. But yeah, this is a nice song by Chills. It's called Sidelined. It really is. I think it was a couple years ago. Okay, so we are gonna go to this world.
عش بين عبق الماضي وروعة الحاضر واستمتع في الفعاليات العالمية والترفيهية على مدار السنة. ما عليك سوى تحميل تطبيق هيا والتسجيل للحصول على تأشيرة دخول إلى دولة قطر. إنه سهل الاستخدام.
Oh wow, 500 MB. Is this world even gonna load properly? Okay, I guess we're gonna be waiting for a couple of minutes. Give me a second. I'm just gonna grab something.
Sent you a text, but you left me on red again. You wouldn't care if I died. Blowing you up, no reply. Back to the peso, back to the J Cole. Back to my city, got a crib with a gate code. Hit on the first time, I gotta wait though. Red eye beanie like I'm playing Halo. Stay 10 toes to deal come. I take drugs, young John, trying to feel some. But it ain't work out now, nigga feel numb now. Nigga feel dumb now, nigga feel like this. Now nigga feel bad. Take 3 shots and feel that.
Okay, so, dude, in terms of AI, I've got like so many things that I want to do, but there's also other stuff that I need to do, which is why it's taking so long for me to progress in anything. On the AI and ML side, I've been learning about stuff, and now that I'm past the basics, which is, well, I wanted to learn how to use NumPy, pandas, and matplotlib. Now that I've learned the basics, and I'm actually using matplotlib for a couple of other things as well. Now I'm ready to get into like the ML libraries, the ML frameworks, stuff like scikit-learn, PyTorch, etc. There is TensorFlow as well, but I don't know if I'm going to be going into that. Maybe I might. I'll see. For now, I want to stick with PyTorch and scikit-learn and do what I can with them. But those are for like implementing like the basic building blocks of an ML model. Then there's also other libraries that do like higher level stuff like the transformers library, for example, where you can mention a task to it, like a specific kind of task, and based on that task you can mention how do I say this? So you can mention a task that you're trying to that a problem that you're trying to solve. That's basically going to be the task. So an example would be I forgot what it was. Sentiment. Let's say sentiment analysis, where you provide it with a sentence of some sort, and it's going to classify the emotion of that sentence, the sentiment of that sentence. Um, the great thing is you provide this task, right? This is one of the tasks. Now you can also mention which model you wanted to use, and as long as the transformers library supports that model, or rather I should say as long as that model has been uploaded to Hugging Face. Transformers is by Hugging Face, by the way. So as long as the model has been uploaded to Hugging Face, you will be able to use that model in actually, I don't know if that's entirely accurate. There is, let's just say, let me put it this way: there's a list of models that you can use for various tasks in the Transformers library, and this is great because like it gives you ready-made models. The models are already made, they're trained, and their training weights are also they're also provided to you. So all you have to do is then run inference on them, which basically means that you have ready to use models. So I wanna test those out as well. Um, Hold on. Yeah. So I have been testing them out off stream though, not on stream. And that's another reason why I wanna get the networking thing set up, because I'm gonna need to run inference on these models on another system, not on the streaming system. Um, so I'm gonna need networking. I'm gonna need some networking functionality that lets me, for example, send a request from my streaming system to another system. And on that system, I'm going to have the Python script running that actually does all of this work. Um, and then once it gets a result, it's going to send that result back. So through that, I feel like we'll be able to do a lot of interesting stuff, even if it's just like random experimentation, testing out models, learning how models work. I also want to be able to build my own models, so that's why I'm learning like the basics, the building blocks and stuff. Oh wow, dude, can we just take a second to appreciate this aesthetic they were going for? The skybox, um, it seems like you can kind of make out that uh it's like stretched out, but like if you don't look too much into it, then oh man, what is going on with the frames over here? Okay, it's not here, but it's here. So whatever is in here is really heavy. Either way, the aesthetic here with the skybox, with the trees, with the texturing on the rocks and stuff, this is actually really nicely done, dude. Like, look at this. Hold up. What's going on with the music? What's going on with the music? Oh, it automatically switched. Why is that? I don't think I have autoplay on. Why is it automatically switching? Wait, do I have autoplay on in the playlist? Nope, I don't think I have autoplay on here either. Okay, anyways, we can now switch over to one of the other libraries. Give me a second while I take care of this. Actually, let me minimize the game so that I'm able to open the browser without it freezing. Um, just give me a second while I handle this. In the meantime, while this is being handled, I can talk about the AI stuff. So there's like a bunch of interesting stuff that I want to try out. At some point, I also want to do stable diffusion stuff, generating like images and all, because stable diffusion is also available. I don't know if I'm going to be able to run inference on the stable diffusion model um, on either of the systems that I have right now. First of all, I'm going to have to see if we are able to run inference on the CPU or if it strictly requires the GPU. Like if it's only CUDA shaders, then there's going to be a bit of an issue. But I think you can run inference on the CPU. I think since it released, they have done a lot of work to make that an option for people who, for whatever reason, don't have access to the GPU resources. For example, if I'm on a system that does not have an external GPU or more specifically an NVIDIA GPU, there's a decent chance I'm not going to be able to run the CUDA shaders because like there are ways to run CUDA shaders on AMD GPUs, but they require some other tools. From the bit of research that I've done on that, from what I understand, is it's not like automatic. There is a bit of work to do there, and I don't think um, if if an ML model requires you to be able to run CUDA shaders, you would be able to set it up so it automatically uh, translates to something that an AMD GPU can execute. Like I don't know if it's going to be that that fluid of a workflow. Okay, there's an ad playing, so I guess I'll take this moment to switch the album. So there's a lot of singles here. All right. Uh, all right. So what we can do is we can probably start with this one. This is an album called Phases. Oh, cool. Okay. The ad is over. So yeah, like I was saying, I want to do stable diffusion stuff as well. Also, if I'm gonna be, it's a good thing that I'm not just trying to stick um, with building everything from scratch, like building models from scratch. I want to build models from scratch so I get a better understanding of how to build models and how a lot of things work on the lower level. Um, but at the same time, I also understand that there are certain things that pre-trained models can just do so much better. So, for example, if there's a problem that I'm trying to solve, if I'm trying to, let's say, do um, speech to text, um, it's going to take quite a bit to actually, build a speech to text model. At some point, I can probably try to do it. By the way, speaking of trying to build a model, I believe the diffusers library, which is also by Hugging Face, it gives you options. It gives you methods to sort of build your own model, so to speak. So that's another thing that I wanna mess around with on stream. The thing is, I haven't had the chance to like dive into both of these things. They have like ample documentation for both of them on the Hugging Face website. Which, by the way, for those of you who are living in regions that don't have OpenAI services available, because OpenAI services they're sort of blocked in some regions. They have their reasons for not being able to make those services available. I think like legally they have those obligations. Um, so like if you do live in a region where its services are not available, then you will, for example, not be able to use something like ChatGPT, right? And that sucks. But at the same time, there's a bunch of other alternatives to ChatGPT that are popping up. A little loophole that I found recently was OpenAI allows you to OpenAI has an API that they allow you to communicate with, and through that, people have been building their own tools that use ChatGPT in the backend. So they're not running the ChatGPT, whatever model ChatGPT is using, or whatever bunch of models ChatGPT might be using. These services are not running it themselves. Like OpenAI is running all of that, but any other service, any other person that builds a plugin that is using ChatGPT, they're not running the model directly. They're communicating. They're usually communicating with OpenAI's servers through some kind of API that OpenAI has provided. Okay, my point is, um, certain services they set up their own chatbots, and those chatbots uh, are using ChatGPT. So I don't have if you don't have access to uh, OpenAI, if you don't have access to ChatGPT directly, certain problems of yours can be solved by going to these services instead. So, for example, what I did is there's this framework called LangChain, um, and I found out that LangChain's help assistant, it's a chatbot. It's an automated chatbot. So you are able to ask it questions, and it'll reply to you. And it uses ChatGPT in the back end. Once I found that out, I started using it to get information on how to do not just how to do various AI things, but just learning various AI and ML related things. I could just ask it questions that I wanted. Not, in fact, not just AI and ML stuff, even other stuff like statistical analysis methods. I asked it to teach me like a bunch of different things, and it's been good. I've been I've been able to learn quite a bit. Anyways, let's carry on exploring this world. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go into the oh, what is going on here? Okay, so I don't know if going into this um I don't know if going into this place is the best idea. Okay, so if I stick to specific rooms, we can probably have better frames. I like that they've changed like certain things here, or at least I think they changed certain things here.
Why we gotta break apart, yeah. We have a minute too far, yeah. Don't think you noticed, so this is why I wrote this.
Oh,
Trying to
actually,
win
this
you
might
over
be a
the drum and
different
you
asset.
coming out sweet, but
This
only like
room,
a bush through a
the
rose.
shape of
Take
this
it
room, and
slowly, but you
especially like
can't hold emotions.
this
You broke
balcony
me
kind of
down,
like
I'll pull
glass
you
and all.
up.
This is
I'm
kind
the
of what I was
person you're
talking about.
minus. Take a
I
step
remember all
forward,
of this
take it
stuff.
off. Was it my fault? Was it my luck? I want to find it all. Baby, just come
Okay,
right
so they
forward.
definitely need to
You're
work
not something I
on
trust,
the
but you're something
frame
I
rate thing,
love.
but
So,
like
so,
other than
so,
that,
so
this is a nice this is a
conflicted. I'm
nice
so,
chill
so,
world to be
so,
in.
so conflicted.
Okay,
Can we take a trip back
well,
to
what was
how
that?
it
I was
was?
trying
I
to
don't
say
really
something
want the
and
truth when I
words
just want
came
some
out
love.
weird.
You
Okay,
a different
what I meant
girl.
to say was
Yeah, I know that we
K,
different, man.
let's move on
You
to
don't know
a
that
different
you
world.
ain't just somebody, baby. Can you come sit right next to me? Wanna feel your body, even though you did me
So I
so
can remove
dirty.
this
I'm
world
walking
from
on this lonely road, staring at the ground and I'm kicking stones.
the
One
favorites
day
list,
I know I'll find my
and we can try looking for
I
another
want to
random
find it
word. What is
all.
this?
Baby, just come
Mother
right
of
forward.
Invention
You're not
by
something I
Church,
trust, but you're something I love. I'm so, so, so
created by
conflicted. I'm
Epsilon
so, so, so,
Roleplay
so
World, Mother of Invention from
conflicted.
RVB. RVB. Let's see if I'm able to find some other word. Oh, what is this? Edison Fox Avatar World. Okay. Let's try another. What is this? Coin world. VR coin. What? You know what? Let's check it out.
I've been breaking apart, well, I've been writing songs. I've been falling for, I'm not really that strong. I've lost hope. I've been dying inside, but I can't go. I've been trying to fly, but my wings so. I've been trying to die, but it's a steep slope. What is happiness? It is hard to touch, it is hard to feel. What is happiness? It is hard to clutch, losing reality. What is happiness? It is hard to touch, it is hard to feel. What is happiness? It is hard to clutch, losing reality.
Coin. Unity First World. Okay. Does this mean this is their first VRChat world? So I'm seeing some games here. I'm seeing, of course, a mirror, which they probably should have kept off by default. Let me see if I can switch it off. Okay, either way, it's fine. Then we have a couple of other things here. There's stuff to like draw on. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Work in progress. Work will proceed slowly. And this was written in 2020? How old is this world? Oh wow, this world is from 2019 and it was updated in 2020. I don't know if the person is still planning on working on the world because it's now 3 years later. Either way, cool. We are looking at someone's creation, so like, let's see if they've done any other. Okay, so this is their only world. Alright, cool. If anyone wants to check out this world, the world is called Coin and it is made by VRCoin. That is this person. So we are going to check out one more world. Let's look at random and see. Oh man, I remember this. Dude, VR Room. Thanks to VR Room, I got to see so many amazing things. Like VR Room, I was about to say VR Room introduced me, but not necessarily me. They introduced a bunch of other people to sort of being able to watch movies in a more immersive way in VRChat. I'm not sure how to best explain it, but like, okay, just look up this person, look up VR room, that is this person, and visit a world like, let's say this one for example. I don't know how many of these movies are still available, but go check them out. Um, Venice VR expanded 2021. Now I can't remember if it was VR expanded or Venice uh, Venice immersive. Go check it out. The basic idea was these were film festivals. There were a couple of others that took place in VRChat as well. Like they were showcased in VRChat. The great thing was many of them, they were like full experiences that you could have in VR. Some of them went beyond just you being able to watch a movie. Some of them were actual like interactive experiences. Me being in desktop, I was limited. Actually, some of them, by the way, were not even on VR chat. They were on different other platforms. I think some of them might have been paid experiences, or maybe I'm remembering like um, a different festival. Because there was one festival I remember. I think during Rain Dance there was one that was I think it was paid or you had to just register or something like that. Either way, dude, go. You know what? Actually, we'll go there. We'll make this the last world. I don't know how many of the worlds are still up. Um, but what it was I'm trying to remember if they took you to different worlds or not. I think they did take you to different worlds. So what would happen is you would select one specific movie, for example, and you would be dropped into a portal that would then automatically take you to another world. In that world, once you got into that world, it was set up in such a way that all around you the movie was going on, and the movie was a 360 movie. It was shot in like 360 degrees, and it was properly fitted. Like it was properly fitted to your view. It didn't look like how, I don't know. I don't want to shit on other people's methods of displaying 360-degree movies, but like it doesn't look nearly as bad as and as stretched out as some of the other people's some of the other platforms implementations of 360. In this case, it was like really, really nicely done. You could look around. For example, there was some movies where it was it was like a 360 camera that was moving around, and you could look around and see it properly without it being like all weirdly stretched out and skewed and shit. It was really nicely done. This is not the one that I remember. Is it? Because I think this says, wait, does this say 2022? Because I think the one I'd visited was either 2020 or 2021. Or was it 2019? Hold on, dude. I want to show you the old one then. Though, okay, here's the thing. Some of those have been removed since then. Not the world, not the main like Venice world itself, but the movie worlds that were set up. The worlds that were set up for those individual movies. Some of them have been removed since then. Um, wasn't there one by VR Room that was for like the Cannes festival as well? I remember showcasing that. Give me a second. Give me a second. Where is the world? I think they might have taken down the world. Dude, it was amazing. I'm just gonna put it that way. Dude, just okay, you know what? Wait. So we are here. What is in what is in VR Room? A place for art, fun, and movies. I think VR Room had also made their own like immersive experience at one point. I forgot what it was called. I think it was this one. I don't remember exactly. Oh, there's this one as well. This is also one of the movies that I was talking about. Um, this seems to be available right now. I want to find a specific one that I can show you. That was like, man, it was wow. Um, it seems like a bunch of them have been taken down. Like they were there specifically for the duration of that festival, and then after that they got taken down because like they belong to other people. They're, you know, if if it's over, then they have to take it down. I okay, I can't find the cans thing as well. Um, let me check my own worlds list. Because where did I have it? Did I have it in check later? Actually, you know what? We are here. So let's look. So we have the amphitheater, the screening area, then we have. Is there any other place where we can teleport? What does this say? Okay, so we can teleport here as well. I can't read the text. Oh, there it is. The city, VRChat World's Gallery. Okay. What about the screening area? Dude, I want to show you the experience, but I can't remember where it is. Okay, you know what? We will try to go. Where is this from? 2021. No, so the one that I remember is from 2019 or 2020, one of the two. I think it was 2019 because in 2020 is when COVID started. So this was either 2018 or 2019. It was one of these two. Okay, either way, dude, go check out VR Rooms Worlds. You're gonna find some gems there. You're gonna find a bunch of gems there. Um, this world, if anyone wants to visit it, is called Venice Immersive 2022, and it is made by VR Room. So that's gonna be it for the VR chat segment. Now I'm gonna switch to um some C sharp coding. I was trying to decide if I want to do um, the C sharp tap stuff, or if I want to experiment with what do you call it? If I want to experiment with data containers in VRChat. Well, I'm not going to be experimenting with it in VRChat. I'm going to be opening up a Unity project, and in that project, I'm going to be doing. Oh, actually, no. Uh, No, no, let's not do that because compiling doesn't take time. It's the reloading of the scripts that takes time. And when you add to it the fact that I'm streaming, that added load, it makes it so the loading time for the scripts, it's a little longer. And so iteration time between when I edit the code and when I actually see the result is it's gonna be a little long. So I think I'll do that off stream. There's a lot of like experimentation I want to do. For now, I think I'm gonna do C sharp tap stuff. So I'm gonna close VR chat. Also, it seems like my timer has gone off, so I need to get up and do some walking and do some of my physical activity. And then I'll be back. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes or something. Until then, I guess I can, first of all, I need to close VRChat. Then I'm gonna put on a different album. Um, yeah, let's open this one and you guys can enjoy the music while I go do my thing. And then I'm probably going to repeat the album so I can listen to the music again as well. Okay, my screen just went black. I'm not sure what happened. Oh shit, it went into full screen for some reason. Yeah, I was trying to hit skip ad on the video and it went into full screen. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna mute the I'm gonna mute my mic and I'm gonna wait for VRChat to close and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
So far, you're divine, you're all mine. You're mine. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like a goddess, you a blessing. Can we hold hands just in heaven? You my idea of perfection. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. I'll take your innocence, burn it into something sweet. Hey, baby, nice to meet ya. Right now you're on my seat. I'll take your innocence, burn it into something sweet. Shorty fell in love, yeah, she always call me handsome. Shorty fell in love, yeah, she always call me handsome. Better woman, yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty fell in love, yeah, she always call me handsome. Now we broken up, cause she always throwing tantrums. Wanna say I'm fine, but my mind cannot take her out. Hanging from a vine, and I snap, yeah, I'm falling out. I can't even fall in love, time is running out. That is hanging from above, I can make it out. Yeah, I'm counting on my ones, money's running out. Feeling everything but fun, I don't got a crowd. Wanted something simple, you to be with me. Pretty like a crystal, always gave me peace. Now I want a pistol, cause you went with me. Life is banging systems, I can't even breathe. You're what I wanted, oh. You can't pick up the phone. I love you, but you don't. You cut up my hope to fall in love. You're what I wanted, oh, but you can't pick up the phone. I love you, but you don't. You cut up my hope to fall in love. I want to feel alive. I want to laugh with you. Can we just compromise? I miss looking at you. I want to feel alive. I want to laugh with you. Can we just compromise? I miss looking at you. Shorty fell in love, yeah, she always call me handsome. Now we broken up, cause she always throwing tantrums. Wanna say I'm fine, but my mind cannot take her out. Hanging from a vine, now I snap, yeah, I'm falling out. I can't even fall in love, time is running out. That is hanging from above, I can make it out. Yeah, I'm counting on my can't even fall in love. Cupid, you let me down. I've been searching for the one, but she's nowhere around. Me, I wonder, will you care if I'm 6 feet under? I'm trying to find my lover. Now I'm stuck with another. Will you love me? I wonder, will you care if I'm 6 feet under? Damn, BT. Spent some love on my drugs, but they ain't reflected. Love is real in this world, I can't even help it. Made some songs for the world, so they feeling blessed. Spent my love on a girl, now I'm never stressing. I ain't really been feeling this fine in a minute, yeah. Baby, come and give me both your hands, I can warm you out. Taking all this space up in my mind, yeah, it's filling out. Spending all these hours with a dime, feel like minute up. Funny roll, yeah, put her on. Take it slow, while she turn me on.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, alright, so now I need to change. So first let's change the category. I'm gonna change the software and development. We are no longer doing VRChat. We are not doing VR. VTuber. Yes, good thing the tag reminded me. I completely forgot that I was supposed to start up the VTubing app. So I'm gonna start that up as well. Okay, so what tags do we need? Coding, programming, and C sharp. At some point, I'm probably also gonna be looking into the Python side of things when it comes to networking, because I haven't done Python networking stuff in a bit. And then I'm also gonna have to look into how to do it asynchronously, so it's not blocking the main thread. Okay, give me a second while I start up the app. Okay, now let me open up VS Code. I actually have VS Code open, but there's another project that I was working on.
Download your favorite podcasts and listen uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium
Okay.
Plus.
I think it was this one, learning async. Oh, there's some Rust stuff that I need to do as well. Well, mostly learning the basics. After learning the basics, I want to get into two things that I'm currently looking to get into through Rust is using the Win32 API through Rust, which fortunately there is a Rust crate provided by Microsoft themselves, and actually I think it's maintained by the community. Maybe I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, there's like an official Windows crate for Rust, which is awesome. Through that, I believe you can also do DirectX 12 stuff. So I want to get into that as well. I feel like those two things will allow me to practice Rust. I mean, there's a bunch of other things that I can do as well, but like those two things, I definitely want to try them out because I haven't done a whole lot of like Win32 stuff. Windows API, basically. I haven't done a whole bunch of stuff with the Windows API directly. Doing it through Rust would be a nice practice. Okay, so the thing has opened up. Let me just go into all right, cool. So we should be good to go now. Now, what I was hoping to do is networking stuff. So I guess I can erase all of this code. This was good, a good like exercise in like starting off. So like now I know how to create like a separate task method that I can then call from, how did I call it? I think this was where it starts executing the task automatically. Give me a second. Yeah, I think this is where it starts executing the task. Now, what if I wanted to do something like new task? Would that work? New task action. Okay, okay, okay. What if I wanted to make it so it doesn't execute automatically? Like, how do I set it up so actually, you know what? I think the whole idea here, at least with like letting the system automatically handle the thread management for you, I think the whole idea is that you should be able to, or rather, it should just automatically start executing in the background, or well, not in the background, on some different thread, because it's not like it's what happened to the music? Oh, okay, yeah, the album is over. Give me a second while I fix or while I pick some other album. You know what else I should try doing? I should try setting up the split audio thing. But like before setting that up, I kind of want to understand how audio tracks work in OBS because I think you have 6 different audio tracks. And before messing around with it, I kind of want to know what each one does and which audio source uses which track.
Yeah, I call your phone, but I only heard some buzzing. Left me all alone, baby, I just miss this love shit. Didn't want your tone, yeah, you treat me like an option. Heart is turned to stone, now I'm walking without caution. Catch a vibe, baby, we gon' feel alright. It's a ride, baby, we can run the night. Take a side, baby, I'm not tryna fight. Made it right, baby, come and take my side. Precious, I just wanna talk, you ain't jet lag. Catching feelings for you, baby, you can test this. Blessings, wanna give it all.
Wait, how's it gonna decide between which one to show? Okay, let's see if that shows up, because like this one is gonna show up right now. What if I switch to this window? Let me see if that shows up. Wait, did that show up? Let me just full screen this. Oh yeah, okay, so that's gonna be an issue. If I actually want to be able to switch, how do I do that? The only way that I can think of is enabling display capture, but like that's gonna affect the frame rate. What if I do something in properties? Nah. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's gonna be almost the same code anyways. I have to set up a server, I have to set up a client. I guess what I could do is I could show the window of the server. So let me just add server. Okay. And then in the second one, real quick, let me just set up a new .NET project. Okay, .NET new console. Oh, wrong command. Okay. with UDP, shit, I can't remember, dude. Hold on. Does UDP need to accept a C# socket UDP? Actually, let's just look up socket class, socket programming. Okay, this is synchronous, this is asynchronous. Oh, good. Yeah, so this supports tap. And it's kind of funny because like I got into sockets back when I didn't know anything about tap, and I was actually avoiding tap because at the time tap wasn't fully supported in Unity. So like once I found out that there's some support issues, this was a good like 2 years ago, maybe, I don't remember, something like that. Then I instead went towards I think it was event-based asynchronous programming. Oh, there was another one. APM. What was APM? I don't remember. Maybe it was just called asynchronous programming model. But either way, it was one of those things that uses like begin and end. So you begin the task, and then once it ends, it automatically executes. It automatically calls an end method that you describe, or no, that you define. Use the following methods for asynchronous mode. No, for synchronous operation mode. If you're using a connection-oriented protocol such as TCP, your server can listen for connections using the listen method. The accept method processes any incoming connection requests and returns a socket that you use to communicate data with the remote host. So you don't need to do this for UDP, from what I remember. Like you don't need to. Actually, no, I think you would still need to do it, right? Like you would need to. Would you? I don't think so. Like you would just directly read the UDP messages, right? You don't need to get the socket because you don't need to like create any kind of stream. Using this return socket, use this return socket to call send or receive method. Call the bind method prior to calling the listen method if you want to specify the local IP address and port number. Use a port number of 0 if you want the underlying service provider to assign a free port. If you connect to a listening host, if you want to connect to a listening host, call the connect method. If you're using a connection, I should have just read the second point. Okay, if you're using a connectionless protocol such as UDP, you do not need to listen for connections at all. Call the receive from method to accept any incoming datagrams, and use the send to method to send datagrams to a remote host. Okay. So receive from. There's receive from async. I believe there's a begin receive from as well. Yeah, there's a begin receive from. So that was for like the older async model which I was using, where you have the begin receive, and then you have the end receive as well. So you would have to set up a method for begin. You would have to set up a method for end as well. Well, you don't necessarily need to set up a method for begin. That would mostly be like more of an organizational thing if you wanted to make the code a little more structured, a little more cleaner. But you would definitely have to set up your own end method, and that would be your async callback. So basically, once the method is done executing, it'll automatically call this method, and it'll pass in whatever state you want. So that's how you find out. Once the method gets called, that's how you know that the operation is complete. Now you can use just the async method. So let's say receive from async. So this is a task of type socket receive from result. It receives data and returns the endpoint of the sending host. Okay, so this returns a socket receive from result. This is returning a task, but like, what am I supposed to do with socket receive from result? Socket receive from result. The result of a receive from operation. Let's say R. This has the received bytes and the remote endpoint. Okay. What is a remote endpoint? That's the IP address. Okay. So here I want to do receive from. Receive from, I think I just need to set it to, wait, okay, so I need the task, right? And then there's remote receive from result, socket receive from result, there. Wait, what was the other one? Socket receive message from result. This is receive message. What is receive message? What is receive message? Is that string? Receives the specified number of bytes of data into the specified location of the data buffer using the specified socket flags and stores the endpoint and packet information. Let me just look this up. Okay, so we have receive from async and receive message from. Wait, I don't have a regular receive message. Wait, so what's the difference here? So, okay. Receive from async. What's the parameters? We have an array seg. I'm not using array segment. I'm not using memory byte either. Not using this. Not okay. So I guess I'm going to need to start using either memory or array segment. So let's look up both of them because I've never used either of them. Array segment. It's a wrapper around an array that delimits a range of elements in that array. Okay. Then look at, man, I'm having a hard time talking. I'm wondering if I should just switch to mute. Or I guess I'm just not gonna talk that loud. Okay. Is the music still going? Yeah. Let me just check how far we are. We are into the last song. You know what we can do? After this is over, I think I'll switch to Ghost Data's album. Yeah, give me a second while this loads up. All right, cool. So let's look into memory segment. Yeah, I'm probably not going to talk that loud. Okay. It represents a contiguous region of memory. Like span, memory represents a contiguous region of memory. Unlike span, however, memory is not a reference of a struct, is not a ref struct. This means that memory can be placed on the managed heap, whereas span cannot. As a result, the memory structure does not have the same restrictions as a span. This keeps referencing span. I don't know what span is either. So let's look at span. Okay, span is a ref struct. I've never used ref struct either. You can use the ref modifier in the declaration of a structure type. Instances of ref struct type. So I've used structures before. I've never used ref struct before. Okay, you know what? I guess we're going to be learning that today. Instances of ref struct type are allocated on the stack and can't escape to the managed heap. To ensure that the compiler limits the usage of ref struct type as follows. A ref struct can't be the element type of an array. Okay. So you cannot make. Okay, let's test this out. Struct test struct. And let's do what? Int num01, int num02. That should be it, right? And then I can create something like this. Okay, do I need to initialize the values? Top level statements must precede namespace and type declarations. Does it mean that this needs to be declared in like above or outside of the class? Okay. Okay. Class. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm guessing the issue was that it was kind of, when I did that, it might have been adding it into main instead. Or was it adding it? Oh, actually, yeah, I didn't notice that. I declared that at the class, at the namespace level, not the class level. Okay, anyways. So we have a ref struct. Oh, you know what else I could have done? I could have created... Why did I have this? I don't remember. Okay, anyways. In test class, we can have namespace test namespace 01, and here we can have the ref. So int num01, int num02, and then in here, instead of doing all of this, I can now just do using test namespace 01, and then most of this would be valid. Oh, there. Great. Cool. Wait, do object initializers work for structs as well? Wait, are we just not... Do I need to make it public? Okay. Yep, there it is. So 5, 10. Okay. Would this also work if I did it like... No. Okay. Alright, so we tested that out. Now let's test out struct str02, but let's make this an array. Alright, so ref struct doesn't allow you to. Array elements cannot be of type test struct. Okay. What if I follow through with... Yep, okay, doesn't work. The type test array may not be used. Oh, okay. Let's try this. And then we have the same issue. Cool. Alright, so it cannot be the element type of an array, and a ref struct can't be a declared type of a field or class. No, wait, hold up, what? A ref struct cannot be a declared type of a field of a class or a non-ref struct. Okay, a ref struct can't implement. So this is interesting, right? I've come across span and memory, both of them, in the past, but I didn't really have too much use for them, so I never bothered looking much into them. So like it's interesting that now I'm looking into it. Now that I actually have use for it, I'm looking into it. There's span, there's memory. There was also something else. Um, I think I'd come across these when I was working with like collections. Because like these are also like they take generic types, so you can make it of like whatever type you want. Oh, this is interesting. So memory says this means that memory can be placed on the managed heap, whereas span cannot. As a result, the memory structure does not have the same restrictions uh, as a span instance. In particular, it can be used as a field in a class. Okay, yep. Span ref struct did mention that it cannot be. Oh yeah, okay. It mentions here that ref struct that memory is not a ref struct. Oh, and also it can be used across await and yield boundaries. So I guess that makes it useful in like threading stuff, async stuff, because you do have await. All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on reading. This turned into a study stream. Well, I mean, technically it was a study stream anyways. Okay. A ref struct can't implement interfaces. A ref struct can't be boxed to system.value type or system.object. A ref struct can't be a type argument. A ref struct variable can't be captured by a lambda expression or a local function. Oh, these are some strict requirements. I mean, strict rules that it has to follow. It says that it's allocated on the stack, not on the managed heap. It's allocated on the stack, not on the managed heap. I believe the heap is the thing that gets, well, it says managed heap, right? So I believe the heap is what holds the garbage. So like the heap is what actually gets cleared out when you, man, I'm having such a hard time talking. Okay, anyways, I believe that the managed heap is what gets cleared out by the garbage collector. And so putting something on the stack would make it so you kind of have to manage that memory. A ref struct variable can't be used in an async method. However, you can use ref struct variables in synchronous methods, for example, in methods that return a task or a task result. How does that work? Because like if I'm calling an async method, you can use it in synchronous methods. How does that work? What? Because like at least in my situation, I'm calling, like if it's something that returns a task, it's generally an async method, isn't it? Like because I go async task and then the name, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, because that's like just specifying the type as task is not gonna the return type as task is not gonna help. It has to be specified as async. So if it cannot be used in a async method, but it can be used. You can use ref struct variables. Okay, maybe I'll need to come across some kind of what do you call it? I'll need to come across some kind of example for it. Anyways, a ref struct variable can't be used in iterators. Okay, interesting. You can define a disposable ref struct. Oh, it's about to be time for me to take my physical activity break. My let's call it my physiotherapy break. My PE break. Physical exercise break. That's going to be in about 4 minutes, so I can carry on reading. Okay, you can define a disposable ref struct. To do that, ensure that a ref struct fits the disposable pattern. Okay, I'm not doing that right now, so I don't need to worry about that. Ref fields. Beginning with C# 11, you can declare a ref field in a ref struct. So the whole idea with ref is that it passes it by reference. Meaning, usually what it means is that it changes the value of the variable that is referenced when you make some kind of I don't know if I explained that right. Hold on. So let's see if I can show that here. Int a equals 0, right? And then int increment equals ref int a1, and then we do return, or let's do a++, and then return a. Right, so now we call inc, we pass it a. Actually, this could have been a void, and this could just return 0. I mean, it's a void, it doesn't need to return anything. And then here, when we are calling this, we call it like this, and then if I try to print out the value should say 1. So let's do .NET run.
يوتيوب ميوزك بريميوم تمنحك تحكما كاملا في أغانيك بلا إعلانات لتشغلها بدون إنترنت والاستمرار في تشغيلها في الخلفية.
Is it executing? I'm not sure if it's just taking some time. Okay, yeah, there it is. So there's our result. Just wanted to clear up the screen. Okay, so there's our result. So when you pass it by reference, was that a good example? Is int? Yeah, int is a struct. So when you pass it by reference, that's what happens. On the other hand, if let's say I did inc2 int a1 a++, and then I called inc2 instead, now the value should be 0. Hold up, what? Oh, Okay, I was giving the wrong... Hold on, just a sec. I just realized that in the first example that I gave, the reason it showed up that way was because I was referencing the variable directly. Let's try that again, and let's see if we still get the same result. Okay, so the point still stands. It's still true. A1 contains a reference to A because we are passing the reference. And here A1 will not contain a reference, so it should then remain 0. There you go. It's 0. So what this is saying is we can have ref fields. You know what? I might need to start using this kind of stuff to maybe make my program a little more performant. My VTubing app, I mean. I'm gonna need to, because there's a lot of things that's gonna be going on in the background that I should probably start taking taking care of the optimization of those things, even though I haven't really implemented them yet. But like, I want to know how to optimize them before I get into that situation, and then during the creation of it during the creation of it I'll optimize the thing. At some point I should also look into Unity's job system. I've been meaning to do that for a while, but I've just never gotten around doing it. It'll probably be helpful because there's going to be a bunch of Unity related things, Unity specific things that I'm going to be doing, that if I'm able to offload the work onto a Unity job, it would help. If I'm able to use multi-threading in that situation, it'll be helpful. Anyways, let's carry on reading. A ref field may have the null value. Use the unsafe is null ref method to determine if so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay, cool. Hold on, I think I've looked into this before, but does read-only have performance benefits? Or is it mainly just for readability? Well, readability and preventing accidentally changing the value. How old is this answer? This is edited in 2022. That's good. Okay. I don't believe there are any performance gains from using a read-only field. It's simply a check to ensure that once the object is fully constructed, that field cannot be pointed to a new value. However, read-only is very different from other types of read-only semantics because it's enforced at runtime by the CLR. The read-only keyword compiles down to... Okay, that's fine. The real advantage of the keyword is to generate immutable data structures. Immutable data structures, by definition, cannot be changed once constructed. Okay, so it's not for performance. Oh, what about constant? Does that have a performance benefit? A constant will be optimized by the compiler to be inlined into your code. A read-only cannot be inlined. However, you can make constants of all types. So here you must make them read-on. You cannot make constants of all types. Okay. Oh shit, yeah, my timer had gone off, so I'm gonna take a break. Is the music still going? Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Switching to BRB. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
شاهد فيديوهاتك المفضلة بدون انقطاع. جرب يوتيوب بريميوم مجانا.